Hi folks, my name's Todd and on behalf of Bellcom Training, I'd like to thank you for joining me for video 5. That's number 5 in our transparent communication series. Today we're going to talk about, well, the benefits of transparent communication. Now remember, in the previous video we talked about what basically is, what are the key aspects of transparent communication. One of the biggest ones was being open and honest. That was huge, because that open and honest approach to communicating with your fellow employees, your fellow workers, your boss, or your reports, wherever you are in the corporate food chain, well, it starts with trust. That honest communication stream builds trust. Everything moving forward here, if you don't have trust, we don't even need to go any farther. So you're working first and foremost to build that trust between you and that other person. Once you have trust, a lot of things open up. A lot of goodness begins. First of all, collaboration. If I trust you, I can feel better about working with you, that you're not going behind my back, that you're not laughing at my ideas. I'm going to collaborate and open up to you as a fellow coworker. I'm going to open up to you as my boss. My reports are going to open up to me better. It's a win-win for everybody. But it starts with that word called trust. Once you have established the fact that what you're saying is truthful, is honest, is transparent, people will start to trust you. It's inevitable. And you don't have to work hard. It just, if you're coming across as a truthful person, everything will line up. It will. Followed by enhanced employee engagement. So, you increase that trust by being open and honest and truthful. Consistency. Now, you have collaboration between you and fellow coworkers. Now, you're going to see those employees engage better because they feel comfortable that you're rowing in the same direction that they are, and vice versa. That all meshes together. You've been part of a team, I guarantee it, where there was no cohesiveness, where this person was off on independent ops and that person was off on independent ops, even when they were supposed to be on a team together. But when we were in those team meetings, people just didn't talk. They didn't gel. Why? Because they didn't trust each other. Because they're not practicing good, transparent communication skills. It's that simple. Improved innovation. If I feel I can trust you, if I feel that I can collaborate with you and we can work together, we can engage on this project together, well, it's amazing how many new things we can establish, how many new things we can begin to work on, new ideas, different perspectives, and we respect those new ideas and different perspectives better. It is a win-win. It truly is. Again, it starts with the word trust. Now, here we go. Stronger company culture. Every company has their own culture that they like to instill in their people. They like to see their people build on. And it has that trust foundation, if you will. My favorite one to talk about is reduce turnover, increase morale. This is one place that every company struggles with. They do. Some companies more so than others. Let's talk about a company that has a high turnover rate. Why do you think that is? I would argue that the people that are working there, they hang out for a little while and then they start looking for new opportunities. Well, there's a reason why that happens, and there's a bazillion reasons out there, but I bet you one of the top 5, let's just throw that out there. I would say easy. One of the top 5 reasons people leave is because they don't feel valued, they don't feel at ease, they don't feel comfortable with their people they're working with or their people they report to. And it may have to do with, well, their trust has been broken somewhere along the line. Communication stream isn't as open and honest as it should. So they start looking for other opportunities. Now, from a company standpoint, that is an expense. Going through that hiring process to bring somebody new into the company, that is a huge expense. And then how long does it take before that person is actually making a profit for the company or whatever they do? Because you got the train, just because I hired somebody who was very well qualified to take this position, that doesn't mean they're going to start making a profit on day one. All right, that they have to be trained. They have to begin to feel comfortable with, well, the company culture, the products, whatever it is they do, and how they need to do it at your company. They have to figure that out, and that takes time. I've heard people say easy, 6 months to 9 months. That's normal before they start seeing a good return on that new employee that they just hired. Now, what about the person that left? There's tribal knowledge that leaves with that person. There are things that that person has learned and has gotten really good at that they take with them. How long is it going to take their replacement to build up that tribal knowledge, to learn that? That might take years. So that's a loss. That is an expense. Can it be avoided? Well, you're always going to have employee turnover. But you can increase the tenure of your employees. Number one way, instill that transparent communication method. You knew I was going to go there. This is one of the easiest ways to reduce costs at a company. Reduce turnover, you're going to reduce expenses. And that's a good thing. Finally, increased accountability across the board from the bottom to the top and anywhere in between. If you are in a leadership role, you want to instill transparent communications with your reports. You want them to feel comfortable with you, build that trust. If you are in a report position, your worker bee, like me, well, you want the people around you to be able to trust you. Trust that what you say is open and honest. You want your boss to understand that what you're saying is open and honest. All these things that we talked about, it's going to get much better from here on out. I'm just painting a very wide picture with this benefits thing, but you guys get the picture. This whole thing has been about trust. Transparent communication is all about trust. Once you've established that, you can create amazing things together on a team and even as an individual working for somebody else at this company. Trust. It always comes down to that. That's the biggest benefit, and everything from there you can build on. All right, we'll see you in the next video.